Joining our conversation now, I'm pleased to say we have Ryan O'Connor. He is the CEO of Global X, which has around $60 billion in assets under management. Great to see you in person, Ryan.
Great to be here, Katie. Thank you.
Let's talk about Global X overall, because you joined us in April 2024. I believe you were days on the job, and you were brought really to turn things around. We had a lot of product closures. We had a lot of leadership transitions underway. More than a year later, what is still left to do?
Well, look, first of all, thanks for having me back. Love being here. We've had a great time over the last year and a half. Over $10 billion in assets under management that we have raised on a net new basis. We just in the US 2 weeks ago crossed the $60 billion AUM mark. We've launched a number of new and interesting and innovative products, which we can certainly talk more about. And like I said, we've had some fun. So it's been a good run.
Let's talk about SHLD. You have a defense ETF. Of course you do, right?
We do.
You have every theme pretty much. What's going on here? What's all the interest? Is this a theme really driven by Europe, or is there more to the story?
Yeah, so for us, it is a global defense technology ETF. And look, from our perspective, we launched this fund less than 2 years ago, Eric. In that time period, as you all know, lots of ETFs have launched, 1,300, a little bit above 1,300. Only 2% have raised over $2 billion. Ours is just under $3 billion. So it's a theme that really has been exciting for us and our clients. We continue to have client feedback around the need to invest more in defense and defense technology, and that's something we continue to be excited about into the future.
Katie, SHLD up 58% this year.
That's pretty good. I mean, it really speaks to how theme ETFs, it's like you can really have these big pop moments, or you can fizzle. So let's talk about the fizzling, because I have to imagine from the issuer's perspective, it must be difficult to decide which theme to really put a product behind, throw your weight behind, and invest in, for lack of a better word. So talk us through that decision tree.
So the three words that we think about are, first of all, is it possible? Is it possible in a 1940 Act structure? That's the first and most important component. Second, is valuable. Is it valuable for clients? And then third, is Global X credible in launching and running that type of ETF? We spend a lot of time listening to our clients as we think about those three words. And ultimately, we have a deep amount of conviction in all of those themes that we bring to market. SHLD and global defense technology is a very good example of that.
And I know that Bloomberg Intelligence keeps a Lazarus list of ETFs that shut prematurely and might have missed their moment. I want to bring that question to you. I mean, when do you decide that this thematic ETF that you launched maybe just isn't worth it and risk ending up on that Lazarus list?
So look, we spend a lot of time looking at and thinking about our launch process and the different funds that we have out there. The last time I was on, we talked about the 1, 3, and 5 year kind of reviews that we do. At the same time, there are a number of themes that we have that are out there that have been around for a long time and take some time to really pop, Eric, to use your terminology. So from Global X's perspective, we are a thematic shop. That's where we come from. That's who we are. We're going to continue to stay, focused on that. But honestly, we're more than just thematics, right? Last year, we had the Emerging Markets ETF of the Year in ARGT, as you well know, Eric. Our CLIP ETF, which is our 1 to 3 month Treasury ETF, is now a $1.5 billion ETF. So exciting times across the thematic space.
Okay, one more theme question, I promise. Okay, you have AIQ.
Yes.
This is the AI robotics ETF. That's been a huge category, but you got these humanoid ETFs coming out now. You've got HUMN and COID, which are both out. Is that a theme that's actually ready? We debated this on our team because can you have a pure play humanoid, or is there a lot of what we call beta filler in those? And are you planning to, how are you going to deal with the onslaught of humanoids?
Yeah, so great question.
That came out weird, but you know what I mean.
So the first thing I would say about AIQ is, as we track that competitive universe, we have just less than 50% market share in that category with about $4 billion in that product. So that's one that we're super excited about. But look, on the humanoid side and the hardware side of robotics and technology, that's something that we see exposure to through bots, BOTZ. One of our larger ETFs on the thematic side as well. So the point is, you get exposure through bots, and it's a space that we continue to keep an eye on.
So you mentioned that you're more than just thematics.
Correct.
You recently launched a bond ETF, which is not necessarily in that universe. The investment grade corporate bond ETF, the ticker there is GXIG. So I know that you use AI in some sense when it comes to security selection here. You build this ETF as aiming to solve for the inefficiencies in fixed income markets. That can mean a lot of different things. Tell us what it means in the case of this specific specific ETF?
Look, the first thing I'll say is Global X is known for developing innovative and disruptive solutions, and we see this as being no different. When you look at this product, GXIG, it is an actively managed product which allows our PMs to take advantage of a quantitative factor-based model alongside artificial intelligence that really allows them to process a massive amount of information in the investment grade space in the US. Here alone, there are over 8,000 different bond issues in the IG US index from 1,000 different issuers. Our view is that there's no better place to apply AI into the investment process to potentially drive better risk-adjusted returns for our clients. And you know what the best part about it is? It's in an ETF wrapper, as you well know. Tax efficient, transparent, and reasonably priced. We've priced this product. It's the lowest in its category. It's also comparable to similar passive products as well.
Talk to us a little bit more about what role AI plays in the selection process. Sure. Like you said, there's over 8,000 bond issues, and there's a lot of ETFs, actively managed bond ETFs, that would say, you know, we find the ones that are actually trading rather, and sort through some of the dusty old issues there. Why do you need AI to do that?
Ultimately, the one thing that I want to be very clear about is this is run by portfolio management. This is a human discretion portfolio. What AI does is allows our PMs to look through that raft of information to sort and understand where we want to be invested. So we think it's a matter of taking human intelligence and PMs on an active basis, combining it with that AI capability in order to drive better investor outcomes. And
I know Global X was first launched as a, for expats, and you had a lot of international ETFs. The Greek ETF, believe it or not, Katie, is up 56%. It's your second best performer. Not a lot of bites. Why are these single country ETFs? How do you get them going?
So like anything else, we want to provide a full menu of strategies for our customers to choose from based off of what's going on out there in the markets. There can be, and there are many different catalysts in the market that drive that. With GREK, certainly we're waiting for that catalyst, and we've seen some catalysts actually ongoing, as you highlight. But from our perspective, as clients want to put on a view, Global X should have an offering out there for them.
All right, there you go. It is funny that flows don't always follow performance, is what we found out, and that seems to be the case when it comes to Greek equities right now. Ryan, it's great to see you. That is Ryan O'Connor. He is the CEO of Global X.